So when fans say it hits deep, it's because all these pieces, the world, the dual POVs, the...
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise and really get to the heart of what makes certain stories tick.
Yeah, what makes them resonate?
Exactly. And today we are tearing into Wild Reverence, a divine underrealm romance. It's this new adult romantasy that is, well, it's pretty much everywhere right now.
You've probably seen the buzz online.
Oh, for sure. And, for good reason. We've gone through all the details, the book excerpts, what reviewers are saying, fan chatter, just to give you the real lowdown.
Kind of a shortcut.
Yeah, consider this your shortcut to understanding the world building, the characters, the emotional stuff that seems to have readers totally hooked. Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, what's fascinating here, what immediately jumps out from everything we looked at, is how this story blends, a really grand, almost mythic fantasy
Right.
with something incredibly intimate,
Yeah.
a really personal romance. It's not just background fluff. The divine plots are deeply tied into the heartfelt moments.
That sounds like it gives it layers.
Exactly. It promises a story that works on multiple levels, which should really draw you in.
Okay, that's a really key point. And to get that interplay, I think we need to start with the setting, right? This firelit domain of the underrealm.
Vivid description.
It is. Now, some of you might recognize this world, maybe from Divine Rivals. But here's the cool thing, and fans are really pointing this out. This book, Wild Reverence, it absolutely stands on its own.
That's important.
Totally. You don't need any prior reading to just jump right in. Makes it a fantastic entry point if you're curious about this kind of dark, rich universe.
Right. And the source material, it doesn't just say mythic world building and leave it there. It implies this setting is almost a character itself.
How so?
Well, this underrealm, it's not just scenery. It's presented as dynamic, dangerous. Divine politics aren't just abstract concepts.
So like actual power plays.
Exactly. Think ancient treaties, maybe blood oaths, gods manipulating lesser beings, subtle power struggles. These fragile alliances they mention, they seem to dictate everything.
Sounds intense.
Yeah, it paints a picture of a world where power is always shifting. Even gods have to watch their step. It's precarious.
Okay, so in this dangerous, politically charged underrealm, who are our main players, let's shift to the heart of it. Matilda and Vincent.
The core relationship.
Right. So Matilda, she is introduced as the youngest goddess of the underrealm. Interesting title, right?
Youngest.
Yeah.
Suggests something.
And her power. It's described as modest messenger magic, which is, well, kind of unusual in a place where apparently gods kill for power.
Not exactly earth-shattering.
Not at all. And then there's this kicker, this detail that really grabbed me. Matilda carries a secret so dangerous she can't share it, even with those closest to her.
Ooh, okay. Instant intrigue.
Right. Immediately throws in dark secrets, high stakes. And then we have Vincent of Beckett, a mortal.
A mortal connection.
And it's such a unique one. Apparently, as a boy, formed a connection with Matilda in his dreams.
Wow, okay. A dream bond with a goddess.
Makes you wonder about your own weird dreams, doesn't it? But, life does its thing. He apparently moves on and becomes a hardened lord before they properly meet again.
So there's a gap, a transformation.
A big one. Sets up quite a contrast.
Oh, absolutely. And what's really compelling, I think, is that deliberate contrast, that tension built into them from the start.
How do you mean?
Well, you have Matilda, youngest goddess, modest magic in this incredibly ruthless realm. It immediately makes her not just an underdog, maybe, but someone who has to be clever.
Use wit, not force.
Precisely. Navigate these divine politics with subtlety. Her whole existence seems to kind of challenge the power structures there. Maybe her strength is different.
And Vincent?
His journey, from this innocent boy connecting through dreams to a hardened lord. The sources mention heartbreak in his past.
Ah, so something changed him.
Seems like it. Maybe he traded idealism for, I don't know, pragmatism, cynicism even. It just sets the stage for this sweeping tension when they finally do reconnect.
A collision course.
Yeah, a collision of vulnerability, maybe hers, and his sort of world-weary resolve.
I can totally see that. It hints at a backstory that's as complex as the world itself. And their paths do collide again, dramatically.
How does it happen?
The bond reawakens when Matilda physically appears in his world with a letter. So it's not just a chance meeting.
Feels fated. A catalyst.
Exactly. And Matilda's mission, it's huge. Sources say She may rewrite the blood-soaked ways of the gods.
Whoa. Okay, no small task.
Right. Changing the entire divine order, basically. But the personal cost for her is massive. To do it, she has to face her greatest risk, letting herself be loved.
There it is, the emotional core.
It's not just about power, it's deeply personal. Here's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah, because that's where the narrative really digs in.
Oh.
If you connect this to the bigger picture, that conflict perfectly captures that clash. Divine duty versus personal vulnerability.
She's fighting external forces and internal fears.
Absolutely. She's grappling with her own inhibitions, especially around love, which the material presents as the ultimate gamble for her.
Which raises a question, doesn't it?
It does. In a world where power usually comes from, ambition, violence, alliances, what does it mean if love is the key, the tool for real change?
Turns the whole idea of power upside down.
Completely. And that coming-of-age theme they mention, it's crucial. Matilda isn't just growing into her goddess role, she's expanding emotionally. Learning that maybe embracing love is the only way to actually rewrite that brutal divine history.
So her internal struggle is just as epic.
Every bit as epic as the external one. Wrestling with that risk is central.
That's a really powerful way to frame it. It makes me wonder, though, what is the specific risk for a goddess like her? Why is love so terrifying? Is it just vulnerability?
Well, the sources don't spell out the exact mechanics of her secret or the fear, but they heavily imply it. In a realm where gods kill for power,
Any weakness is exploited.
right? Any perceived weakness, any emotional tie, especially to a mortal, could be fatal. For a goddess with modest magic, relying on someone else could be seen as a huge liability by the power players.
Who rule through strength and fear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It suggested that loving, truly connecting might clash with the harsh, maybe detached nature expected of her peers. It forces a choice, perhaps.
Between personal happiness and the mission.
Or even survival. It just sets up this fascinating internal battle alongside the external war for change.
That is a really compelling setup. And the themes woven through this, they're massive. Coming-of-age fantasy romance, yes, but also that deep, mythic world-building, complex, divine politics.
Big scope.
Huge scope. But it doesn't forget the personal. It promises heartbreak, that sweeping tension, the dark secrets, high stakes, all grounded in this bittersweet emotional core.
Sounds like an emotional ride.
Definitely, and the reviews back that up. People are calling it intricately crafted and emotionally rich.
High praise.
Yeah, and there's this one summary I saw that just nails it. Born in the firelit domain of the Underrealm, Matilda is the youngest goddess of her clan, a mortal boy who dreams of her, destined to find each other beyond dreams.
That captures it well.
Doesn't it? And fans are really loving the dual perspectives, Matilda and Vincent's viewpoints, which makes sense given their different journeys.
Lets you see both sides of the tension.
Right. They also praise how well realized the world feels, which echoes what you said about the Underrealm being like a character. And crucially for you, the listener, it absolutely stands on its own. No need for divine rivals first.
Good to know.
But here's the real tell, the aha moment about the impact. That consistent warning from fans, have tissues ready because it hits deep.
Okay. That's the takeaway for potential readers right there. It connects emotionally.
Definitely signals something powerful.
And, digging into that a bit more. The praise for the dual perspectives. It's not just about seeing two sides. It amplifies that sweeping tension.
Yes.
Because you, the reader, you get to experience Matilda's divine burden and Vincent's mortal struggles, like simultaneously, intimately.
You feel the push and pull from both ends.
Exactly. You're not just watching them. You're feeling their internal conflicts, their connection growing in real time. It makes that bittersweet emotional core much richer.
Because you see the sacrifices from both angles.
Right, through two distinct but converging lenses. And the fact that the world is so intricately crafted, so believable on its own terms.
It makes the personal stakes feel bigger.
It makes them resonate more powerfully, yeah. They're playing out on this grand, mythic stage, but they feel real. So when fans say it hits deep, it's because all these pieces, the world, the dual POVs, the emotional core, they work together masterfully.
So for you, the listener, it means a story that's both epic in scale.
And incredibly intimate emotionally. The best of both worlds, really.
That really clarifies why this isn't just another fantasy romance. It sounds like something more. So whether you're pulled in by stories of gods clashing with human connection.
Well, the high stakes of love.
Yeah. Or that journey of self-discovery in a huge fantasy world, Wild Reverence seems to deliver it all. It's where these ancient power games meet a really vulnerable, maybe heart-wrenching romance.
Sounds unforgettable.
Promises an experience that'll stick with you, I think.
Which really brings us to a final thought, doesn't it? A question, maybe.
Go for it.
In a world where power, as we've said, usually comes from violence, from manipulation, those fragile alliances, what kind of new world can actually be built when a goddess dares to risk everything for love?
For a different kind of power.
Yeah, maybe a more transformative kind. How do stories like this make us question the usual ways change happens, both in fiction and maybe, in how we think about influence and connection in our own lives?
That's a deep one. Reconsidering what real strength looks like. It invites you, the listener, to think about how these big themes, risk, love, destiny, resonate with you.
And maybe how our own secrets, our connections.
Even ones from dreams.
Yeah, how they might shape our paths in ways we don't expect.
We really hope this deep dive into Wild Reverence gives you a clear picture of its unique appeal and why it's grabbing so many readers. Thanks for joining us.
Grab Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross, now on sale for $23.95. Don't miss this chance to build good habit and achieve remarkable results. Buy now today.
Like and subscribe for more Bookhaven podcasts.